Our thoughts and prayers go out to the families of all those affected by the tragic helicopter crash in which 9 beautiful souls perished, including Lakers legend Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gianna. His love for basketball taught us passion. His love for competition taught his opponents to love competing against him. His love for excellence gave us a mantra to live by, Mamba mentality. His love for being an artist and a storyteller gave him a blank canvas and a blank page, an open mic to succeed in everything that he set out to do. His love for hard work taught us that obstacles are meant to be conquered. And as Kobe said in his last tweet, we look to always, quote, move the game forward, and we will try to honor that here at NBA 2K. Coming up on NBA 2K TV, the dust has settled and we have our MyTEAM finalists. We take you behind the scenes of the tournament, plus BearDaBeast and NBA 2K League news. And it's time for your top assists of the month.
Welcome to this week's episode of NBA 2K TV.
First up, we have our MyTEAM Unlimited finalists.
Yes, and after last Saturday's tournament, we now know who the 2 players are who are going to be competing for that $250,000 prize.
That's going to be nice for one of those players. But before we meet them, let's take a look at a recap of how it all went down. The MyTEAM Unlimited tournament lived up to the hype, as 32 players battled it out in hopes of winning a trip to All-Star Weekend and a chance at $250,000. And it didn't take long to get exciting. In an early matchup, we saw It's Clayway blow a 13-point fourth quarter lead, but secured the win with a block in the final seconds. Back to the action, Jinsanity took care of business. I was lucky enough to be watching all the action in the 2K War Room with MyTEAM producer Robby. So let's take a look at the bracket as it currently stands, Robby. How is the first round going down?
Well, I've seen a lot of three-pointers so far, just like the real NBA, but some returning favorites are making a little bit of noise already. We got Oh Yeah, I Compete, took a 19-point victory, and the big matchup I'm looking forward to is him and then Skip to Malou, if Skip can get past his first-round matchup.
Skip to Malou, all eyes on him, defending champion, $250,000 in his pocket, but he's back for more. What do you expect to see out of Skip to Malou?
He's gonna have a target on his back, so we're gonna have to see how he reacts to being the guy.
Robby, any surprises here?
Jomar, we featured his lineup on 2K TV. He's been doing really well. I'd love to see a defensive team really get in and make some noise towards the finals.
Is there anything in Jomar's lineup that stands out to you?
Yeah, I mean, he has the Jimmy Butler card that has clamps. If you got a card that has clamps, you're gonna be able to really mess up some people's offensive flow. Keeping them from driving to the basket, forcing contested jumpers is a big deal in the mode.
Well, defense wins championships. Let's see how that defense holds up for $250,000 in this tournament. As the first round played out, we saw the experienced players shine brightest, with 3 NBA 2K League players advancing, including Yeah I Compete, who would end up on a collision course with last year's champion, Skip to Malou. Skip, this is Chris from 2K TV.
Yo.
How you doing? How you feeling after that big first round win?
I'm feeling good. I struggled a little bit in the beginning with him, but I know him. He a cool guy. He mad at me right now because I beat him, but he'll get over it.
Now all the eyes are on you being the defending champion in this tournament from last year. Did you have any nerves coming in the second year, or you feel like you're just playing your game?
It's always going to be those nerves because you're playing for $250,000. So, and especially with me being a defending champ, like, I can't drop the ball. So.
Your next matchup is going to be a big one. Yeah, I Compete. You know, he's a really tough opponent. He's a professional 2K League player. What are you doing in preparation for this next big matchup?
I got to watch the first 3 quarters of Compete game, and I know he just scouted my game. So we both kind of know what each other's going to do. That's my boy, so I definitely want to bring it home.
Which cards do you feel like are really standing out for you in terms of your lineups in this MyTEAM lineup?
Kawhi Leonard that just came out yesterday is my most important piece because he carries my defense.
Just load manage him and you might have another 250 on your way, my man.
Yeah, just a little longer.
There you go. Well, thank you for joining us on 2K TV. Best of luck in your next matchup, and the whole world's watching.
All right, thanks for calling. Hello?
Hey, it's Chris from 2K TV.
Hey, what's up, man? What's going on, man?
How you feeling after that first round win?
Man, it's so good. You know, like last year, making it all the way to the finals, I was in a skip, and then seeing that me and Skip could potentially play in the second round, you know, come out there and you want to put your best foot forward. So I went out there, got a good win. Now I'm ready to skip.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned Skip to my Lou. I know the whole world is looking forward to this second round matchup with the defending champion. How are you feeling in terms of scouting your opponent for this next matchup?
I watch his game versus Tasia, and I see what he do. He likes to attack a lot of different mismatches. It's really about playing chess, you know, because we have an equal team. Like we have all the cards, we put in all the work. So now it's just about who can out-scheme for 4 quarters, and I'm confident that I can do that.
Awesome. Well, best of luck in that game. We're all watching here, and I know the whole world is looking forward to this matchup.
Absolutely. Thanks, LD.
In the second round, we saw more success from the pros as Jomar 12PR took care of business in a 73-51 win over Mr. Hollywood. Clayway versus Jomar, 2 defensive teams. How do you think this one's going to play out?
Defense is the big thing, and adjustments. One timeout, one adjustment, one little possession can be all the difference in the game. And the people that are making these adjustments during the games are the ones we're seeing advance.
Now on the other side, we have FSU the God versus Jin Sanity. How is this matchup going to unfold? Do you have a pro player versus somebody who snuck in last minute, Robbie?
Sometimes it kind of helps that somebody wasn't able to strategize and go, oh, he's in right away, right before the game. He was the last guy into the tournament, so coming in as an unknown might help him in the sense that not many people scouted him.
Hello?
Hey, Jomar, this is Chris from 2K TV.
Oh, what's up, man?
Congratulations on advancing. I want you to take us through the first couple games with your defensive lineup.
I knew, like, coming in was going to be key against Smash. He's a really tough guy to guard.
Now, your next opponent is going to be Clayway. Have you been studying him or done any scouting on his game?
Yeah, I know a little bit about him. I watched his games. I mean, no game is easy. This is only a 1-game series, so anything can happen, and I'm going to be locked in and ready to make adjustments.
For those that don't know, you have a very strong defensive lineup. Are there any cards that stood out to you in these first couple games?
There's a Diamond Ben Simmons that is 6'10" that you can put a guard, specifically a point guard. So that makes your lineup big. If I see any different mismatches, I can just switch and have Ben Simmons 6'10".
All right, sounds good. Well, best of luck in the rest of the tournament. We'll be watching.
Thank you, man.
Back to the action. RJ Watts beat Life Ain't No Joke 83-74 after dropping 24 points with T-Mac. But the most anticipated matchup this round was between defending champion Skip to My Lou and 2K leaguer Oh Yeah I Compete. And it did not disappoint. Skip put in the work with Galaxy Opal David Robinson.
I mean, he's got like a very small chance. You don't have to get a 3 here, you just get a 2 and foul. Oh, now he's got a 3. Uh-oh. Put him on the line, put him on the line.
But Compete's ball movement was too much to handle as he racked up 20 assists en route to a 63-60 win. So there it is, the defending champion taken down by the person that he beat last year to advance to the finals. Yeah, I compete.
What a storybook year for him, man. You get a 3-point victory. He had some great offensive rebounds, came through when it mattered, man. So, hey, control the boards, control the game.
And with that, the quarterfinals were set.
Hello?
RJ, this is Chris from 2K TV. Congrats and very impressive entry into the tournament. How you feeling so far?
Hey, just 1 game at a time. That's about it.
You also got a legion of fans behind you because we see you streaming your games out here. How you feeling going in and up against a professional player?
I mean, a professional player is about knowing the knowledge behind. He knows the game. I mean, I know the game too. I mean, everything is about basketball like at the end of the day. So, He's just playing the tempo, seeking help. I've been watching this game, so he's been doing pretty well. So just pretty much just playing my game as normal, making the right adjustments and keeping it moving.
Any particular cards that you've seen be super successful for you in these first couple games?
Ray Allen, Opal Ray Allen for sure. Knockdown shooter, definitely on the go. T-Mac. And Yao's been doing it down for the paint for me, so just got to keep it with those three guys and keep maintaining.
We'll be watching, and best of luck, okay?
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, Clay, this is Chris from 2KTV.
What's good?
What's good, man? Congratulations on your second round victory over Isaac.
Thank you, man.
I want you to take us back to round one. Had one of the most exciting finishes we've seen in the tournament thus far with the game-winning block. Take us through that moment and what went through your head.
I didn't want to give up a three, so I played the three-point line. I double-teamed it, and then I just ran back and just spam triangle and just got a block. Honestly, that was pretty crazy.
That's awesome. What are some of the strategies that you've seen through the first two games that you've implemented that you think has kind of contributed to your success?
So when I was down big, I had Taco fall in, so that wasn't working out for me. So I think putting D-Rob into my lineup, making that change was huge.
What are some of the cards that you think have meant the most to your team in terms of getting these victories?
Lamar Odom, definitely. Lamar Odom's been hitting big shots.
Plenty of ways to raise your rep in the neighborhood this weekend. And now let's check out the latest legends in NBA 2K20.
Now on the other platform, let's take a look at the brackets. We're down to 4. On one side, we have Havoc and Class Guy, who've had some pretty good, solid games all around. And on the other side, some big storylines. In the first round, a big margin of victory for RJ Watt, 74 points, coming in against Compete Now, the other pro player in the tournament. So you have a guy with a ton of confidence that has been smashing his competition, and you have one of the best players in the world. How do you think this one's gonna shake down?
Two guys with a lot of confidence. Sometimes confidence can breed mistakes. In this case, they both announced their presence with authority, with RJ Watts earning that huge first round victory and then following it up with a nice second round as well. His zone defense was outstanding. His opponent, we were talking about adjustments before, his opponent did not adjust to that zone. He was getting easy turnovers, easy buckets the other way, turning good defense into good offense. So loved seeing that. And then on the other side, Compete, man, when you take out the tournament champion from last year, you know you gotta be riding sky high. So I expect it to be a great game. That could be a pseudo final right there.
With 8 teams left, the matchups were a little more lopsided than expected. The Class Guys shut down King Havoc's offense while getting the 53-35 win. Compete dropped 22 points with T-Mac to secure an 82-67 win over RJ Watts. Jomar brought it to its Clayway, winning by 22 behind 20 points from Porzingis. And finally, F-Sud to God had the tightest game of the round, but 13 from Bill Russell and dominant work on the boards brought him home the 58-50 win over 2K League Pro Jin Sanity.
FSU taking down a pro player in this tournament. That is a big surprise.
Huge victory for FSU. Now he held Jin to 5 points in the first quarter. We were talking about defense wins championships. That's making a statement, and I'm sure that that had a huge effect on the rest of the game.
And then another player that you've been following along, especially his lineup, Jomar has advanced this far. What do you think some of his successes have been?
He limited his turnovers, he found the open spots on the floor, broke the zone wide open, and was doing a great job. I'm still leaning towards defense that wins you the championships, but good offense can beat a good defensive strategy as well.
On the other side of things, we saw Class Guy put on a defensive showcase and hold his opponent to just in the 30s.
It feels like we're just talking about defense, but anytime you hold somebody to 35 points, you're absolutely controlling the game at that point. If he can have another performance like that, he may be headed to Chicago.
Now we do have one pro player left in the tournament. Compete defeats RJ.
We thought RJ Watts was just going to be sweeping through this thing. He was having big blowout games. Nobody could break his zone, and then Compete just comes through. He broke the zone and did a great job offensively to find those little spots, the little holes in the defense, while also limiting his turnovers.
Robby, there's just 2 games left on each console to see who is going to Chicago to compete for that $250,000. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's time. You got to wipe that sweat off your hands, get all your last-minute defensive settings in order. This is for all the marbles.
We start the semifinals with Jomar versus FSUD These two would go at it throughout the first half of the game, exchanging blow for blow. To finish the half, FSUD hit Lamar Odom for the easy 2 to take a 22-21 lead. However, Jomar would retaliate with a 3-point dagger by Lillard to take a 24-22 lead going into the half. The second half would be more of the same as these two were slugging it out, with a chance at $250,000 in their sights. FSUD ended the third quarter with a D-Rose drive to take a 41-39 lead. After a strong finish to the rim, FSUD would take a 52-47 lead with 2:17 left remaining in the fourth.
Oh! Wow.
But Jomar had a little bit more fight in him as he would hit a 3 to tie it up.
There it is.
52 all. Next, FSUD would have a small run of his own, taking it to the rack with Bill Russell and gaining a 56-54 lead with just 8 seconds remaining. After calling the timeout, Jomar inbounded the ball and found an open Larry Bird for the clutch 3 to take a 57-56 lead with just 6 seconds remaining on the clock. FSUD tried to retaliate with a clutch shot of his own, but T-Mac missed and Jomar is headed to Chicago for a chance to win the grand prize. On the other side of the bracket, we have 2K Leaguer, Yeah I Compete, taking on Class Guy. This one started with Class Guy putting on the defensive clamps on Yeah I Compete. They finished the first quarter 17-8. The second quarter would be more of the same as Class Guy makes a layup with Gilbert Arenas to go up 22-17 and would go up by as many as 9. Yeah I Compete gained a little momentum after a 3-pointer by David Robinson and a layup by Chris Bosh to cut the deficit to 26-22. However, Class Guy hits the halftime buzzer beater to make the score 30-24. To start the third quarter, Class Guy becomes Mean Guy. With a chance to go up by double digits, Class Guy makes the mistake of showboating, giving Oh Yeah Compete an easy bucket on the other end. Class makes up for it with the stifling defense and a made jump shot by David Robinson. After a Penny Hardaway 3 and a Larry Bird dunk, Compete was able to cut into the lead to end the third. Throughout the fourth quarter, Class Guy encountered Compete's attempt at a comeback, but Yeah I Compete kept coming. Class Guy retaliated with a perfect setup for Bill Russell, and after one more stop, Class hits the dagger with Carmelo to go up 50-43, 58 seconds left. Yeah I Compete tried to fight back with some last-second threes, but it was too little, too late. Class Guy gets the victory 50-48, and will be heading to Chicago to take on Jomar for the grand prize of $250,000.
Hello?
Hey, Class Guy, this is Chris from 2KTV. How you feeling after that big win?
Excited.
Awesome. Well, you're
My voice a little bit.
Yeah, I don't blame you. We were going crazy. So I'm joined by Robby as well. And
What's going on, man? How was the feeling as you were heading towards the last few seconds of that game?
I was just trying to take away as many possessions as I can from them. Every time I came up the court, I would just run the clock down on about 8 seconds in and then get into my offense. And even if I missed a shot, it wouldn't matter because I ran 24 seconds off.
So you were matched up too in the last part there with a 2K League Pro. So what was it like being the guy that was kind of the underdog coming in?
Honestly, I didn't feel like I was really the underdog because I've been playing one-on-one for about 10 years in 2K competitively.
So you had some confidence going in up against the pro.
Yeah, I played everybody in the tournament. I played them multiple times except Havoc. I never played him.
Is there anything specifically you look forward to in terms of training or preparation for the championship?
Play a couple games so I don't get rusty every day. I could probably try to play like 4 or 5 games a day. And I'm also going to watch how that dude plays that one PS4.
Awesome. Well, congratulations once again. Thank you for joining us on 2K TV, and best of luck.
Thank you.
We are here joined by Jomar, and you are on your way to Chicago to compete for $250,000. Congratulations. What is going through your head?
I'm just happy, man. That's the word that comes to mind. I mean, it was some tough games. Being at one game series is anything can happen. There's a lot of tough guys in the tournament.
Now with 8 seconds to go, you found yourself down, you called the timeout, and then it was Larry Bird that hits the big three-pointer. Take us what was going through your mind and what you were thinking when you inbounded the ball to Larry and shot that clutch three.
Many people don't know this, but Larry Bird is my favorite small forward of all time. And he came through, man. That card came through.
What's inspiring you to play 2K and to go after the $250,000?
I'm coming from Puerto Rico. I lived there. I came here now. I'm in Boston, but like, it doesn't matter where you come from. If you want it in the video game business, in the esports, just go get it. Hard work pays off.
I'm interested to see, what are you going to do for the finals?
It's going to be an interesting matchup because defense was kind of his forte, and he also, like you, beat a pro player.
I really don't know much about him right now, but I'm definitely going to do my work on it. Like I said, just go out there and just give it my best.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on 2K TV. We will see you in Chicago competing for that $250K. Best of luck, my man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate y'all having me, man. Thank you, thank you.
Be sure to check back for details on how you can tune in to the MyTEAM Unlimited Finals. And with 2K, the competition doesn't stop. The NBA 2K League draft is coming up, and we already know some big names that have made it into this year's draft pool. Here's Chris with one face that's familiar here on 2K TV, BearDaBeast.
As we approach season 3 of the NBA 2K League, we are joined by a guest that not only talks the talk, but man, oh man, does he walk the walk. Defending reigning champion of T-Wolves Gaming, BearDaBeast. Bear, how you doing, man?
I'm doing fine. How you doing?
I'm great, man. Thank you for joining us on 2K TV. I have to ask, what's life been like since you won that championship last season?
I'm gonna tell you what, I can't complain. The money is definitely good, but more than anything, just the respect from the community, the respect from everybody else that play 2K, get recognition and having them understand and know that you're a top player in the world is unbelievable. And the off season is going great. We got 4 of our guys back, so we're looking to be a top team in season 3 as well.
Was there anything you spent the money on that was kind of like a personal reward for yourself? I know there was something out there that had to catch your eye, right?
I wanted this car before the season started, so I was saving up to buy this car and won a championship, and it's like, all right, I got well enough money for the car now. It's a 2007 Corvette. So it's like, it's the best thing in the world, and I cannot complain at all, LD. That's my baby.
You have a bunch of players that have made the draft pool for season 3. What advice would you give upcoming players that are looking to get into the league right now and that are waiting for this big day approaching?
Probably the biggest advice that I give anyone is work hard at it and understand that you're gonna have to sacrifice. So whatever it is in life, no matter whatever the job is, no matter what you're trying to pursue, you're gonna have to make sacrifices and just grind. And the word grind is like, you can just look past it. No, you're gonna have to grind. You're gonna have to work hard for it, and hopefully it comes.
For those that don't know, you slipped in the draft and you kept all that in the back of your mind. What was that motivation like for you as you went through season 2 and ultimately overcame every opposition to become the champion?
So I try to relate everything in life as like, you can relate this to that. So same way I can relate 2K to real life, I try to relate everything. And in real life, we all go through struggles. We all have obstacles that we have to overcome. And for me, with the 2K, it was being overlooked. It was people not thinking that I had the talent or that I had the stick to actually, play with top players. So I got overlooked. I went 11. One team passed up on me twice, LD, so I had to make them pay for it in the playoffs. That's all the motivation you kind of need. If somebody tell you you're not good enough or, you can't make it, that's enough motivation to go make something shake.
What's it been like this off season for you and personally training to get better in 2K? And I know that you're ready to defend that championship in Season 3 with your teammates.
One of the biggest things, I'm not gonna lie, is it's a lot going on. So we're taking trips to China, we're taking trips to Korea, I'm flying back and forth to Minnesota, so I'm still having to play the game. One of the biggest things they knocked me for is not being able to dribble. So I've been playing a lot with the park players, the dribble heads, the stage guys. I've been hooping with those guys a little bit more, paying attention, studying those guys. Just to I'll probably never be able to dribble like those guys. They're amazing. So just to take a little bit from their game, steal a move or two, that's probably the biggest thing for me. I understand basketball and the plays and the pro-am IQ. I have that down to a T. So I'm trying to tap into that park potential.
Well, I was going to say, you dropped 45 points on my team in the celebrity game, so I think you dribbled just fine. So if you get better at that, that's kind of a scary thought. You mentioned traveling around the world. What's it been like to be a 2K League representative and talking to fans and upcoming players and people that are interested in getting into the league and watching you guys play?
Growing up, I didn't leave North Carolina until I got to college, and I'm 18, 19, 20 years old. I'm traveling along the East Coast, but I didn't leave my state. And so now from playing 2K from Season 1 to Season 2 to seeing China, I'm traveling to Minnesota, I'm traveling to New York, seeing Times Square every single week. I'm heading to Korea. I mean, just to understand other cultures and see there's another side of the world, but also understand that we all are humans. It just makes everything seem like it's connected. Like it's hard to explain. It's like one of those things you have to experience.
What are your goals to build your own community and to build, the community that's behind you as fans?
Obviously, I want to grow my own brand, but we all play 2K. And as 2K League players, we all have a platform. And no matter the mode, whether it's my team, Pro-Am, Park, my biggest goal is to see everybody united. I know how the community is, so for me to see that come together, that'll be like the biggest thing for me.
That's awesome. Got one final question for you, and you don't have to be humble about this. Are you the best trash talker in the NBA 2K League? Because I would say you're up there.
That's an easy question. Best trash talker, I'm the best trash talker. I'm the best player. I got the best personality. Whatever the best is, I'm number one. I'm number one at everything, I feel like. There's nobody better. I'm in a good place right now.
Hey, you also have a chip and a championship ring too, so you can back up that talk all day long. BearDaBeast, thank you for joining us on 2K TV. Best of luck in Season 3, my man.
Appreciate it, I appreciate it.
This is the 2KMC, and you are in luck because it's time for your State Farm Top Assists of the Month. Kicking it off with Darian McDade 1 in the wreck. On the fast break, not just one lob, but two lobs for the alley-oop slam. Talk about double trouble. Give the fans what they came for. Up next, we've got Blackstro 34. Passes up the open shot and kicks it to the corner. Literally. The disrespectful dish is capped off with the green release. That's gotta hurt. Moving along to Zach Mansfield. The break is on, and the backboard is there to help. Only needs one hand to throw it down, and throws it down with authority. Last but not least, let's check out the great Shabu. Off the pick and roll, getting flashy. The no-look dish makes the defense feel clueless, and the dunk makes them feel helpless. Now vote for your favorite State Farm Top Assist of the Month. And if you want your highlights to be featured in an episode, then submit them to social media using the hashtag 2KTVWow. This is the 2KMC, and I'll be back next week with more of your top plays.
Before we go, we love seeing your MyTEAM lineups, so make sure you keep them coming.
That's right. You can submit them to us using hashtag 2KTVLineup, and you could be featured on a future episode.
Make sure you check back, and we will see you next week.